FBU National Championship is brought to you by Zenith, makers of the X2 football helmet.
We're on the road to San Antonio for the 2012 FBU National Championship. Hi everyone, I'm your host Neil Sika, and this is the National Championship Field Pass Team Preview Shows. Today, Team South Florida. We talk with their team director, Brandon O'Doy, right after this.
The FBU National Championship is brought to you by East Bay, where the athletes are.
From the creators of the U.S. Army Bowl comes Football University, the most exclusive football training in the country, invites, trains, and announces the next generation of football stars. If you're a 6th to 12th grader with elite football ability, FBU is for you. FBU matches elite athletes with elite instruction. Nominate an athlete today at footballuniversity.org. FBU, by position, by professionals, by invitation only.
Hi everyone, this is Neil Sika, your host for the 2012 FBU National Championship. And for the very first time, exclusive coverage of every game at the 6th, 7th, and 8th grade level. In conjunction with Swink.tv, you can sign up for the FBU Field Pass on FBUYouthNationalChampionship.com. Check out our full game, highlight, and combo packages. And we'll see you on the FBU Field Pass. We're back here on our FBU National Championship Team Preview Shows, our Field Pass look at Team South Florida outside the Miami area. And we are talking with Brandon O'Doy, who's the team director for the 6th, 7th, and 8th grade teams. It kicks off in Orlando this weekend, this Saturday and Sunday. South Florida will play Southwest Florida, always a pretty prime matchup. Southwest Florida feeling pretty confident. I'm sure South Florida is too. Brandon joins us now here as we talk about his group of 6th, 7th, and 8th graders. How you doing, Brandon?
Doing well, Neil. Glad to be on the broadcast with you.
Yeah, great to have you here and talk a hotbed of football as the Sunshine State so predominantly is. 6th graders start things off, first and second rounds this year. It's new to everybody, but as we've talked to a lot of teams, you feel that you probably have some talented individuals who can move up the pipeline and contribute down the road when they are playing for a championship at the 7th and 8th grade level. Tell me about your 6th grade team.
Well, first and foremost, our 6th grade team is really well coached, and that's the main thing that we're counting on with regard to their success, Neil. And the coach is Rocky Morgan. He's the head coach and local here in South Florida. He's a championship coach, and what Rocky is known for is turning water into wine, if you accept my biblical reference. And
sure.
By that I mean, I have seen him in the trenches over the past several years take less talented teams and beat dominant teams every year in the playoffs. He plays in the American Youth Football League, predominantly in Broward County down here in South Florida. He's our head coach, and he's got talent. And whenever he has talent and some time, he can put things together. I went out and saw them practice just on this past Monday, and I'll tell you, these guys were so organized. They had these kids in various position groups. They got a pretty big roster. They're almost 30 kids full, and they've got a lot of parent support. So I'm counting on this team to be very organized, fundamentally sound. They're going to run trap football. Don't want to give away too much, but
sure,
you can just expect the ground and pound with that 6th grade team.
Now, with that coaching staff, I'm sure some good nurturing is ahead for the young 6th graders. As they progress, of course, we have your 7th grade team. National championship aspirations possibly, as all 7th graders now have that, with the chance to go to play in San Antonio. What can we expect from the 7th graders, and who should we look out for?
Well, in the 7th grade scenario, you got to definitely take a look at the coaching staff as well. But you've got a lot of kids who parents, they have a lot of pedigree. First and foremost, young Patrick Surtain. His father, of course, was Pat Surtain played for the Kansas City Chiefs and the Dolphins. He's going to be in the secondary. He's very fast, very athletic. Look for him on defense, along with a young man by the name of Sean Shivers. He comes from one of the predominant Miami Garden programs here in Dade County. He's going to be very good on linebacker position with that team. And then also there are two twins. I want you to keep your eye on them, Neil. Two twins, and they play on each corner. And these twins are very athletic, very explosive, and we're looking for big things out of them. The quarterback is Bo from Plantation, one of the predominant programs down here in the AYFL. He's going to have a lot of run support by those huge backs that they've picked up. You've got a couple of kids from Liberty City who won championships in Pop Warner by the name of, we call him Giant. And if his name says anything, his nickname says anything, you know what to expect from him. But also Corey Hammett, who joined the team a little bit late, but he's still going to help out there in the backfield, but especially on defense. This is a team that's pretty well-rounded. You've got a lot of good size. Feel really good about this team, and head coach Eric Gudger, who played at Penn State with Al Golden, who's now down at the University of Miami, coach for the Green Bay Packers. Hey, I think this team, if I had to pick a team that I liked a lot, it would be this 7th grade team from South Florida coming up and going to play at 2 p.m. on Saturday.
Team director of South Florida is Brandon O'Doy. We're talking with him as our road to San Antonio continues. This is the FBU National Championship Field Pass Team Preview Show. We'll come back. We'll talk about the 8th graders right after this.
The FBU National Championship is brought to you by Football University, elite football training for the nation's top athlete.
Hey! Push it good. Lift! Look at the hands, look at the eye level. I like it.
Let's take 5 kicks and let it go.
He was bouncing right there. He ran right to you.
It's only one ball, and everybody should be running to the ball.
Control the wrist.
Watch my knees, they go out like what? I'm climbing a big tree.
Power comes from what? Through your feet, through your hips, through the palms of your hand, guys.
I've been playing chess since I was 9 years old. Chess helps me stay focused. It helps me stay aware. It helps me anticipate my opponent's next move. To see his strategy, find his weakness, and exploit it. Chess prepares my mind for battle, because victory requires my strength, my speed, and my intelligence. My name is Ray Rice, and I'm an enlightened warrior.
Introducing the Youth Football Coaches Association, the premier online resource dedicated to improving coaching effectiveness and promoting youth safety for all volunteers. Register free at yfbca.org and begin receiving free youth coaching information, monthly newsletters, certification, and background checks. The most up-to-date concussion information, drills for all positions and skill levels. Learn all types of offensive and defensive plays. Join us at yfbca.org, where we are making good coaches great teachers.
The FBU National Championship is brought to you by Jersey Mike's. There is no substitute.
We return here on our FBU National Championship Field Pass Team Preview Show. Team South Florida getting ready to take on Southwest Florida in Orlando this Saturday, and the winners advance to take on the winners of Sarasota and then Central Florida. Central Florida, the defending champs. Southwest Florida is a stacked opponent. As we get to the 8th grade, we talk to Brandon O'Doy, who's the team coordinator for the 6th, 7th, and 8th graders. Brandon, this 8th grade team, almost a complete reload from what you had last year at the 7th grade level to now. So how are you better? And this is a region where, take your pick, anyone could come out of it, but how are you better as a South Florida conglomerate going into this first game?
Well, no, you're absolutely right. It's definitely take your pick. I think with not a lot of knowledge about what's going on across the country, but I think this has to be the toughest opening round scenario with the national champs in our backyard and this Southwest Florida team that had to push the national champs to get there last year in that third round. But if you think about what we're doing this year, head coach Tyrone Parker on our 8th grade staff has put together a very solid team. You're looking at 7th grade East Bay All-American Jalen Floyd, who will be starting at corner for us. We've got a trio of backs that we're very excited about. We're only bringing back 2 guys from last year's 7th grade team that lost to Southwest Florida. But if the backs show, it will be the running back show for this team. Giovante Evans coming out of the Boca Braves Pop Warner organization. Alton Jordan, we call him Little Rick. He's absolutely explosive. A little guy, but he gets the job done. Kobe Green, and then Keyshawn Braun, the burner, the absolute 4.75 guy. He ran in the tryouts here earlier this year at the FBU tryouts at Plantation Field, PPO Field rather. Just absolute skill, explosiveness, and we're heavier in the trenches, more athletic. We're looking very good on special teams as well. We've got a kicker. We should be good for 35 in. So we feel pretty good about our 8th grade team.
You know, it's funny you bring up the running backs because I had heard you guys are loaded at that position, and that could make all the difference in the world. You could have the line of scrimmage battles won, the skill position guys on the outside, but look at Central Florida last year. I brought this up numerous times. Joseph Clark was almost the X factor in every game they played, including the national championship. But to think you have 3, it could be some different outcomes for you on the path maybe to get to San Antonio this season.
Absolutely, and I know JoJo Clark. I like the kid. I saw him play last year. He's definitely dazzling. You know, we respect Dave McNally and Coach Terrence Tolbert, and we hope to see him at 6 o'clock on Sunday. But we've got our hands full with Dan McGee and his team that he's bringing up from Southwest Florida. We respect them. But, you know, we think these backs are first class, truly representative of what a South Florida running back should be. And everybody around the country knows that, you know, South Florida has that talent at the skill position. One name I want to mention, Daniel Wright, Major Wright's brother, little brother. He is playing in our secondary also as a wide receiver. And there's a name that I want you to keep in the back of your mind, Neil. His name is Lavaris. This is a kid that reminds you of Julio Jones, and when you see him, if our quarterback Jake Allen can do what he's been doing in practice, he will turn some immediate heads, and he'll become the talk of the tournament.
Awesome stuff. I can't wait for the Orlando Regional to check out that action this Saturday and Sunday. South Florida taking on Southwest Florida. Brandon O'Doy, the team coordinator, team director for 6th, 7th, and 8th grade in South Florida. And we thank you so much, Brandon, for spending a little bit of time with us and telling us about your clubs, and we look forward to this upcoming weekend.
Neil, it's been a pleasure. We'll talk to you soon.
Brandon O'Doy, team director, 6th, 7th, and 8th grade, South Florida. And we'll be back with a final thought. This is the FBU National Championship Field Pass Team Preview Show right after this.
The FBU National Championship is brought to you by School of the Legends, voice of the players.
Hey everyone, this is your FBU National Championship host Neil Sika, and I got to tell you what, I am looking fly in my official East Bay FBU team licensed apparel, which you can get for a limited time only on FBUYouthNationalChampionship.com. Orders must be in by December 10th, and you can have that hoodie to keep you warm no matter where you are across the country, or that bag to carry all your gear on the road to San Antonio. Visit the officially licensed team apparel store on FBUNationalChampionship.com.
From the creators of the U.S. Army Bowl comes Football University, the most exclusive football training in the country, invites, trains, and announces the next generation of football stars. If you're a 6th to 12th grader with elite football ability, FBU is for you. FBU matches elite athletes with elite instruction. Nominate an athlete today at footballuniversity.org. FBU, by position, by professionals, by invitation only.
The FBU National Championship is brought to you by Zenith, makers of the X2 football. The FBU National Championship is brought to you by East Bay, where the athletes are.
I've been playing chess since I was 9 years old. Chess helps me stay focused. It helps me stay aware. It helps me anticipate my opponent's next move. To see his strategy, find his weakness, and exploit it. Chess prepares my mind for battle, because victory requires my strength, my speed, and my intelligence. My name is Ray Rice, and I'm an enlightened warrior.
Hey everyone, it's your FBU National Championship host, Neil Sika. On the road to San Antonio this year, don't forget, you can visit our official merchandise shops at every regional site across the FBU National Championship. We've got hats, hoodies, game tickets, and backpacks. Take full advantage and gear up today for your FBU National Championship on the road to San Antonio. We'll see you there.
Push it good. Lift. Look at the hands. Look at the eye level. I like it.
Let's take 5 kicks and let it go.
He was bouncing right there. He ran right to you.
It's only one ball, and everybody should be running to the ball.
Control the wrist.
Watch my knees. They go out like what? I'm climbing a big tree.
Power comes from what? Through your feet, through your hips, through your palms of your hand, guys.
The FBU National Championship is brought to you by Football University, elite football training for the nation's top athlete.
3, 2, 1. Thanks for watching our FBU National Championship desk shows. We're on the road to San Antonio. You can catch all the action by visiting FBUYouthNationalChampionship.com and take advantage of our pay-per-view model. Extended content can be found at Facebook.com/National Championship or on Twitter at FBU_NC. I'm Neil Sika, and we'll see you on the road to the Dome. Until then, so long.
The FBU National Championship is brought to you by Jersey Mike's. There is no substitute. School of the Legends, voice of the players.